Well, thank you very much, Director of the program. And thank you very much to the comrades who have answered all the questions sufficiently, satisfactory to everyone. Well, there were questions that were directed to me. Fortunately, my colleagues have answered those questions. So I'm not going to answer them. But just to also say, so that you don't say this fellow, we last saw him talking now, he can't talk. He's just, the voice has gone, blah, blah, blah. It's Jacob Zuma, blah, blah, blah. Hey, nyangtanda, ne? Akekho ngafuni ukuzibambela nangincinze lapha mungabindaba zalutho. But thank you very much for coming to hear us, and I think it is absolutely important that we interact with you. There's one thing you are missing, all of you, because you are asking questions as if you are talking to the organization that has been here from 1960-something, etc., etc. We have not yet even finished a year. We haven't. But the kind of questions you're asking is as if this party has been there. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? Not a single one of you said, but guys, you have created something that has never happened in the world. Just to be honest, to acknowledge things that have happened. There's not even a single country that had a party with only 6 months that shook all political parties. Absolutely. You don't. You want to find something wrong somewhere. There were questions that were asked, and I can't respond to the one which our judge said, matters in court, you don't talk about them outside of court. Now, if I've been charged, then let us go to court, where we listen to accusations or whatever. With regard to the man, I'm just forgetting his name, who said that he has raised, he has made charges against me. But it's a very wonderful story that we'll talk one day. How did this man met Zuma? And what Zuma said to him? And where Zuma sent him to do what? For what reasons? It's a very nice story. Partly because Zuma, as one of those who were trained for underground, when he decided to take actions against his organization, he went underground. And this was part of underground work. That Zuma must not say, I've either done this and done this. Zuma must send some very much unknown people to undertake certain things. Those are the rules of underground. I'm just telling you the story that will be told at the right time. Either indirectly or directly. I can't understand, and I will never understand, that a South African who was here before the arrival of people from Europe, the country was taken, many people were killed in the wars, finally the population was driven to the corners, and the whole world of this country was taken, and everybody has everything, those who came. There's not a single one who has nothing, except the indigenous people. Now, if we are an indigenous people, you want to criticize people who are saying, let us bring our country back. Sure, there's something grossly wrong with us. That's why I believe that with time, we will be together. We will be together. If I was a journalist, I would be asking very wonderful questions. How did you come to this idea to help us because we're in trouble? Absolutely. I would ask that question. just let us know. Just take us with you so that we can quickly correct the wrongs. I wouldn't be saying, Mr. Zuma, why did you do this? Ask a question which seems to be opposite of what we need to do. And I'm telling the truth. One day when you're old like me, I'm still young though, you will say, that young man was right. What had happened to us? Why did we ask questions which were wanting to, reduce the correct thing that some of our people were doing? Let me not say much because I know you love listening to me. Because I did not want to speak, but somebody said, man, talk please. Just make them happy. Just say something. No, one of the points that I wanted to make is that the interpretation of the comrade who's sitting here, that I'm standing next to, this one, you don't know. They're politicians and politicians. This comrade I've known from when he was very young in the ANC Youth League. That's when I picked him up that he is a real politician. His politics, which I defy as scientific politics. This young man. He's a young man to me, don't worry that he's big than me and all. Honest politician. Honest. Clear political. He takes decisions at the right time for good reasons. And I'm happy that today he told what you all did not know. That when I started, after taking a decision to fight the African National Congress underground, and I had an opportunity to say we needed to come to correct politics about our country and our operations or whatever. I took a decision to meet all political parties, black political parties, to talk to them about the destiny of a black person in South Africa. Because whatever we're doing, having our parties, different parties, etc., we're all missing the point that we are oppressed, all of us, as blacks. No matter how much we did not understand, we're trying to fight among ourselves, we're missing the point. Because the white population took a decision to take us out of everything in South Africa. We, all of us, not a single one, no matter how people could love them. It is a fact. The British lead the debate with the Afrikaners that black people must never allow it to have rights in this country. They must have no right to vote or to be voted for. They persuaded the Afrikaners after the Anglo-Boer War, and finally they agreed. We must never have these at our level. Now you might deny it if you want to. Anginika amanzi lapha ngidala manje. Ufuna ngihlale ngiphuze amanzi kancane. Ngenzela ukuthi ngikhulumise kwenje nami ngikwidize. Whether we like it or not, it is a fact. It is a fact. You must know. There was a conspiracy against black people not to participate in their country, in running of the country, in being voted for or to vote. It is a fact. It was a discussion or a meeting of, which was at, what is this place near Johannesburg? Vereeniging. They were having a discussion to bring peace and harmony in this country after the Anglo-Boer War. The decision was taken. Many of you don't know. That's when we made not to vote. in order to participate in the running of the country and everything. It's a serious matter. It's not a small matter. It's an old matter, but it's a very new matter. It affects us now. It affected us then. It still affects us now. That's the reason why when we said we are coming to peace in our country, many things have been put in laws, in practice, in behavior, in finances, in the economy. You will never come out. It's a serious matter. It is a serious matter. For some of us are sitting here working for organizations that give news, and we are being diverted to discuss all other things. If there is a person like my brother here, there is no happiness to say, thanks God, the good people are coming together. What do you want? What do you want? You make the news about us being ourselves. We make news about ourselves sent by big fellows with money behind who say, we'll pay you, go and deal with them. That's what it is, if I tell the truth. There's been no wonderful question here that says, man, how did you come to this good idea that the black people must come together and be united like others? Instead of asking that question, why have you joined this one or not that one? Is it not true? It is. Fuman. Tanin siafu. Okay, let me leave this hard stuff. Just to tell you, somebody asked a question about Zuma being chased away from the ANC, blah, 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 blah. You said, we are not going to leave the ANC. You will die in the ANC. But we are forming another organization. Only my brother here understood that very well. Only. The reason why I said I will never leave the ANC is because I love history. I know history. The ANC was established by our ancestors, the traditional leaders, our pastors who were black, our intellectuals, to defend the black person who was being suppressed by the whites. And they knew what they were doing, and it was the organization of all of us. They were uniting us because prior to that, the unity was not at that level. It was all these traditional leaders were in their areas, so to speak. But they realized that the black person is being taken out of his own country whilst living in his own country. And it was important for us to do so. And if we have to die for it, we must. And many have died for it, fighting for our liberation. I know that that situation is always made to be a very polite thing. Sometimes it's not a small thing. Many people died, many people stayed in prison, many were killed for fighting for their rights, tortured to death. Others were thrown into the sea, you never know, never find them again. It can only be a funny nation that says, okay, you don't say, let us stand and liberate ourselves. Precisely because that organization was established by those people. Some of us will respect that organization which was established by our ancestors. Because it was correct, it was true, it was defending the nation. Now, if then the leaders of that organization at a given time turn away from what was given to all of us, they are actually undermining our ancestors who were correct and undermining the organization itself, which is our tool to liberate ourselves. And some of us were said, I'm leaving the ANC because it has gone out of the way. It's no longer the ANC we know. This is the Ramaphosa ANC. And we said it, and we'll continue saying it. They've deviated, they've moved out of the way. But this organization had made the struggle in South Africa to be known throughout the world. There are many things that they did. They sacrificed, they died. They followed from the organizations that were called or whatever in the past. That will not mention them. As me, with a very sore heart, saying I'm not going to vote for the ANC, I want you to understand this. Why I said, much as I will vote for Mkhonto Sizwe, but I will never leave the ANC as a member. I will die the ANC. I was respecting our ancestors who established the ANC. You cannot take the history of struggle, of the ANC, run away from it when we have sacrificed it. Some of us served years in prison, went to exile. It was not a nice thing, it was not playing soccer, it was a struggle. And if people were changing this organization, giving it to the whites, the oppressors, they are taking even the history back to the oppressors. And I was saying I would fight for that, even if I'm in the MK. I will fight to get the history of the ANC here to us who fought for this liberation. So I don't want people to misunderstand, because I did not say all of this. I was just making the point historically that I belong to this organization. But when it was still the organization that was established by our ancestors. This one, which now looks funny, led by somebody else, I'm not going to leave that one. This one I'm leaving, I'm not going to vote for. Clear, 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 clear. I don't want one day, no, why Zuma? One day, when I'm an old man, because now I'm very young. I'm very young now. I will tell people, I will tell the citizens of this country that you sold out by creating other organizations, helping the enemy to disperse us so that we don't have a concrete majority. Because that's what is done with these little parties that we've been establishing, all of us. We must come to a point where we realize the reality. And I'm telling you, this comrade will come to the books of history. He had done something that many would not do, because his politics is scientific. And that's why even his action has become a big issue. Because it is a scientific issue, proper scientific, to say we are closer to our liberation. Let us join together to reach there so that we can have this country in peace with everybody, including the whites, everybody's here. Because for now, this country, there is no peace, because black people are like, I don't know how we could describe them. We've got cities. In the city, there is what is called, what is this last go for room? Township. Why there is a city and a township? Why? Have you asked that question? Why there's no city only? There's a city and a township. Should we say fine to stay in the township, where times the toilets are not correct, every other thing? Until when? Coming with Mkhonto Sizwe, we are coming with a solution for this country forever, so that there will be peace, there will be harmony, there will be everything. If you don't want it, fine. We'll help you, we'll take you what will make it. That's why the issue of the black political parties must come together to be one. Because the whites are not there together. They've been consolidating in what is called, what is this party about? DA. DA. If you counted, there are very few. There are few. There is a serious period coming, which we want to deal with peacefully, fortunately. That's why when moving up and down, were saying we want to have 2/3 majority. Because we want this to come peacefully, no longer through the barrel of the gun. Peacefully. We must come to our senses, realize that we cannot live like this. A city, and what? Township, a rural area, urban. Why? Where in the rural areas where we stay, there's not a single hospital. All hospitals in the cities. I don't want to be emotional. I was just telling you that what we are all about is about us bringing this country where it is supposed to be for all its citizens, black and white. We are hating them. And one day I'll invite you to Ngandla, the journalist, so that I will try to help you in your job, to quicken this thing we're talking about. Agreed? Wonderful. So one day. But we'd like to thank you for being with us today and the questions we have asked. And as you realized, we are serious, as we have been serious historically, to correct the wrongs. We believe there's a lot of wrongs. We can't sit and be happy when our children are finished by liquor and everything, and think that is correct. And to sit in the country as if everything is fine. It can't be. The youth is the citizens of tomorrow. And it is our duty, to ensure that we have the future of our young people who will be in charge of this country and making life wonderful. We can't. If we sit, no. I mean, people are killed every other day. We've got police, we've got everything. But people are continuing to be killed. They are employed every other year. We have now become so soft to wrong things. We must stop that. That's what we must do. And we are going to stop it. We are going to stop it. All we need is to be in charge of this country. You will see. What we tell you will happen. You will walk in the dark without fearing anybody. Because criminals are going to be put away. You must not take us as if we're jokes, we're just stand up and party J. No. We are correcting the situation of our country. Fortunately, we know why our country was singled out to be colonized. To be colonized. Colonized. Yeah. Now we can't look aside as if we don't know what happened. And we as citizens who don't want to correct that. We think we must live like this all the time. I think it's our time. Everyone who visited us must feel at home. We will never chase anyone away. But we say there must be equality. If you went to those who have money, the banks, and they asked to establish a business, after questioning you a lot, they'll tell you, sorry, we can't help you. That's what happens. So that you remain a semi-slave. But if I was white and went there and said I want to do a business, after questioning, they said, we've got the money you want. In other words, there is lack of equality, treating one another. And I think enough is enough. Enough is enough. Time has come. I want you to look at MK as a solution to the problems of this country. And it is. Took from the old ANC, the same. Not the current one. Leo, no. Sorry. Not care about their own scheme. Zuma. Okay. I'd like to thank the comrades who are here and the ones who have been identified to lead this organization. And indeed, we want to bring changes.
Listen, I forgot completely that this was a commentary that I was supposed to be doing on Jacob Zuma's speech at the media briefing that they had yesterday. Why? Because he's so captivating and he brought up so many interesting topics. First of all, he's a great storyteller. And one thing is a fact, I did not want to disrupt. I did not want to disrupt the former president, Jacob Zuma, as he told us the stories. Okay, first of all, he began his speech by telling us that what's wrong with you, media? What is wrong with you? You're asking all these questions, all these conspiracy theories, but none of you are saying, hey, congratulations for doing what no other party has done worldwide. And that is a fact. And he is standing on business. And you can tell he is one proud president of Umkhonto Wesizwe. And you know what? I want to take this opportunity to say, wow, Umkhonto Wesizwe, you have broken the Guinness Book of Records. That is
I'd like to
really
thank
undefeated.
the
Congratulations on doing
comrades who are
the
here
most, okay? In
and
less
the
than
ones who
6
have
months,
been
Umkhonto Wesizwe is
identified to lead this
enough so
organization.
much disruption, okay,
And
here in South
indeed, we
Africa,
want to bring
and it shook all
changes.
political parties.
We want to have
One
an
disruption,
MK
but guess what they want?
that
Okay,
is disciplined,
okay,
that
everybody knows who they are.
respects
They're not just
people,
a new formed party. No,
that is
no.
standing for the interests of the
That
people.
has the attention of the
That's
nation.
what
I'm
we
going
want
to
to
admit
do.
myself too. I'm like, what is
We
this?
don't want to
But you know what I
see
love? Did you hear
any
what he
one of
said?
us doing something
Podcasters.
wrong.
So I need you to help me get to that podcast
Part of the
where I can
reason
also accept
we
the
have said we
invitation
don't
to
need,
Canada, okay, and get a chance to interview Jacob Zuma.
we
So please make sure
don't
you like this video,
need
share this video, and also again, please
conferences
subscribe to
for
the
now,
channel. That's where the favor is
as
at,
we are
okay?
establishing
But
our
here's what,
part.
you know, another reason, there's so many
Those
reasons why
conferences have
of
become
course,
fake.
he literally endorsed Floyd.
People use
Okay, he
money,
didn't just endorse
they
him.
buy people
He
to vote for them
put on the back
and do everything.
thing.
No,
This
we
is my
are
opinion
saying
that this makes it
that is not going to
he
happen
now
in
has a
God
target, not
versus.
just from
That is why we are saying
come after we've done all the
we are
and
not
brought this party to where
interested
it is
in
now,
the
and you already have president's
conference,
attention. And here's the things
nice
that he
things there,
President
spending a
Jacob
lot
Zuma,
of
former
money
President Zuma said
before
Floyd.
we
Wow.
consolidate
He
as a
said
party
they're politicians and
to
they are
be a
politicians.
party that
Floyd is
every citizen in this country
He is a
respects.
scientific politician, an honest politician.
And I must answer this question because some people were asking that
we
we've
all
been
know the decision he's talking
taking
about.
people out.
Decision to leave EFF, okay, which
I
is now
think
deemed a small
we have had
political party.
the SGs.
Oh my God. The things that were revealed in this press conference,
before we finish
you're
here,
listening and then you dissect
this
it.
is
I'm going to
the
come back
fifth.
and do a separate video where I'm going to break
I need to know because we said nobody does something wrong, we're going to tolerate.
So this also lives rent free here on my channel.
Yaza wonke amaqaba la ubonile awupheka amaqaba oshabana awupheka.
Now, one thing about controversies, they are always in court. When they get their money for the legal battles, but you already know the chief whip.
You must know it. And we're still going to do it if there are people who do wrong things here. Because we are here to liberate our country.
They are currently being dragged to court by a couple of people who were dethroned. Parliamentary seats. Apparently, were not allowed in the village. And not only that,
you are not even asking questions.
Pay rands, 12,000 rands instead of the what? 102,000
serious business when we say
now that is definitely a developing story. I want to follow that up. How did they determine they only get 12,000? You see what I mean? It's really a developing story. What else did Jacob
I'm just telling you,
so silent? You know what?
Aze nabathola madala yebo ngoba ngeke nginiyeke mina ukuthi sikhulume ngoba
How they
straight
cannot understand
angishona
that a South African
eceleni
who was here, a
yebo
South African who was here,
ngishitombi ke kulezela mayindlu uma ngiyeshela
It's
ngaze ngifike kuyo ngithi
okay, because they made sure
uyambona
that black
kodwa
South Africans
ngiyabonga bakwethu, thank you very much.
I said, wow, Mr. Former President. Wow. Okay, you take it. Okay. And here for it, I am here for it. And he goes on to say, why are you here in the media criticizing media? You should be asking questions.
Thanks, President and the collective leadership.
What you're trying to get us to do. I was like, oh.
I'm happy, President, you have to stand here for almost an hour because kuthiwa hlezi ulela usebenzi. Now we've demonstrated that the President is fit, capable, and leading. On a serious note, we want to thank you, colleagues from the media,
all of us. He didn't say
those who covered us live and those who are going to report. As I said earlier on, the SG is going to direct after this. And unfortunately, we must indicate the President won't be taking any one-on-ones. From here, it's going straight to...
He then uses the example of the city.
To continue plotting underground. So that you can continue to announce new members to building Umkondo Wesizwe Party. SG, you will have, I know Comrade Tamulo has all your emails, colleagues, if it has not been sent, statement, he's going to send it.
How many hospitals?
And there was a request, I know the SG and his team will look into availing the President for one-on-ones.
There's a lot.
Within a month or so.
Address the thing about
so that
I will never leave the
podcasters who have been asking to have a one-on-one with the President,
by the ancestors.
They can have it, broadcasters, yes.
Led by
the mainstream media has been going there. I'm sure they will be identified those that will go and do a one-on-one. Want to thank you, colleagues.
ANC
will allow the President to...
they need to go back to the drawing board.
To leave.
Because Umkhonto Wesizwe there, they threw Umkhonto right there.
And the officials, as directed by the SG, those that will have to remain will remain. The rest of us will follow the President and release the media. Thanks very much, colleagues.
You must watch out for those Umkhontos, because this is going to cause, I think, fighting from within, jealousy. Why is he here? And, being a Jacob Zuma's favorite so far. That's how I see it. But you know what? I don't want to make this video too long, so let me end it here. And then I'll be back with another upload where we can break this all down bit by bit. You already know the drill. House rules. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video as well, because Jacob Zuma dropped some beats. Jacob Zuma dropped some nuggets, and we must not forget our history. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.